Next up, we got Tarzan for the PS1. I don't know where I kept the case. Let me find this. Okay, I double checked. I don't know where I put the Tarzan PS1 disc, but here's the case. So, welcome to the jungle. This is Tarzan for the PS1. That is definitely not Tarzan for the PS1, but whatever. Whatever floats your boat, I'm just gonna talk about it anyway. Tarzan for the PS1. Decent, okay 2D platforming game. I give it like a 6 out of 10. It's not horrible. There's some fun to be had again, but it's not like a 5 out of 10. It's not this. It doesn't lean that way, but it is kind of hard near the end. For the most part, this is a 2D platforming game, but like near the end of the game, there's like a 3D platforming segment, like 2 of them, where you gotta do like a running away from the camera kind of thing, and yeah, it's weird. It's jarring because you got this little 3D environment now. Because you got like a little 3D environment you can walk around in 3D instead of 2D. But anyways, freaking yeah, this game, it's decent. It's decent. It's like 6 out of 10. It's not horrible. It's not the worst game I've played in my life. I do recommend it if you like Tarzan the movie, but other than that, don't get it. And I got this game brand new for my brother for my birthday. And I think it's like in 2007, I think. My brother decided to get me a PS1 game. I don't know why he got me a PS1 game in 2007, but he did. And he got this game brand new for like maybe $20 at a Walmart or something like that. But yeah, good game, 6 out of 10. Yeah, I did a Let's Play of this game, a speedrun of this game with my my friends, Jam Master and Yash. So if you want to see my Let's Play of that game or speedrun, go look up on YouTube. It's on there. But yeah. Decent, but hard. So get ready for a hard game near the end. It's easy at first, but it gets harder by the end. There's like a boss battle of freaking Clayton. There's a Clayton boss battle where it's pretty much random. Like you decide to throw a dagger at you, and he decides to shoot a gun at you at random. So you just gotta guess like when he's gonna shoot the gun and duck, and then when he's gonna shoot the dagger and you gotta jump. You know. But it's kind of hard, but it's fun to a degree. So yeah, 6 out of 10. It's okay. Next, we got freaking Vigilante 8 for the PS1. One of my favorite games on the PS1. This is a very addictive Twisted Metal clone. We got shoot cars and explode cars. Except for this game has actually better graphics than the Twisted Metal games for the PS1. I don't know why Vigilante 8 has better graphics, but it does. It freaking does. And it's a very fun game, a very addictive game. Give it like a freaking 8 out of 10. Highly recommend. One of the best multiplayer games you can possibly play on the PS1. And I got this game used for my birthday back in like 2001. Yeah, 2001, my brother decided to get me a bunch of PS1 games and the PS1 console. And Vigilante 8 and, Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped was a few of those games that he got for me for the PS1. And yeah, it's a very fun game. Highly recommend the game, 8 out of 10. Fun with friends. If you got friends, play the game with friends. And if you don't have friends, playing this game by yourself, it's not too bad. And then moving on, we got freaking Stuart Little 2 for the PS1. This game is very fun, but I actually never beat this game when I was a kid. I never beat this game at all. I don't know why I never beat this game, and I still never beat this game, but one day I will beat Stuart Little for the PS2. And I got this game brand new for my, I think, not birthday, but for a wedding present. So long story short, my brother was getting married back in like 2003, 2004. And as a wedding gift for being the ring bearer, he got me Stuart Little for the PS2. Stuart Little 2 for the PS1, he got me. So he got me a Stuart Little 2 for the PS1. And yeah, it's a very decent, fun game for the PS1. I gave it like a 7 out of 10. It's not horrible. It's not the most amazing game I've played on the planet, but it's actually better than freaking Monsters Inc. Scream Team. It's better than a lot of the PS1 games I talked about, like Tarzan for the PS1. It's better than that. It's better than Super Sponge for the PS1. It's better than all those games. It's a Stuart Little 2 for the PS1 is like a 3D platforming Mario 64 clone with a little slight clunky mechanics. Slightly clunky. It's not too clunky. You get used to it, but there's some slight clunky attack moves in the game, because you can you can toss objects at enemies. You can also tail whip enemies, and those two fighting mechanics are kind of clunky in the game. Not too bad, but kind of clunky. You do get used to it though. So yeah, it's like a 7 out of 10 game. If you like Stuart Little 2, the movie, get this game. If you didn't like the movie, you might actually still like the game. So I do still recommend the game. Even if you didn't like the movie, it's still a decent game. So yeah, 7 out of 10. Do recommend. Freaking moving on. We got... Okay, next up we got freaking Casper for the PS1. I'm not sure if you can tell by this, but I got this game used at a flea market for $1. I'm not sure if you can tell on the camera, because, you know, this thing... It can barely get picked up on camera, you know? You can barely see those smudges, but yeah. This game is used for... so yeah, this game's a used game, and it never played at all. I couldn't get to play on my PS1, I couldn't get this game to play on my PS3, and I couldn't get this game to play on a PC emulator, because PC PS1 emulators can play PS1 disc, if you didn't know, but this game is actually too damaged to play. So yeah, I have Casper for the PS1, and it doesn't play. So I don't know anything about this game. Is it any good? I don't know. Is it horrible? I don't know. I did watch, I think Only Plays this game before for the PS1, and he said it was kind of sucky. So yeah. Do with that, make of that what you will. It's a pretty sucky PS1 game. I do not recommend. I give it like a... Since I didn't play it, I can't give you a recommendation, but I think people give it like a 4 out of 10, so just say it's a 4 out of 10 game for now. But yeah, I never played a game myself. I paid $1 for this game at a flea market, and yeah, it's broken. I cannot play this game. It's broken. Completely broken, completely busted. 4 out of 10, I guess, because that's what people give it. If people give it a 4 out of 10, it must be a 4 out of 10, you know? And then I think last but not least, we got freaking, actually, not last but not least, we got a bunch of games still left. What the hell? What the damn hell? Anyway, we got freaking Looney Tunes, Sheep Radar for the PS1. I got this game used on Amazon for Christmas. So back in college, I think around 2018, 2017, my mom decided to buy me a bunch of PS1, actually not PS1, a bunch of like licensed video games that I didn't have as a kid that I wanted. One was Samurai Jack for the PS2, one was Looney Tunes Back in Action for the PS2, and the last one was Looney Tunes Sheep Radar for the PS1. And this game is very good, but very hard and very challenging. Looney Tunes Sheep Radar for the PS1 is kind of like a mobile phone game. Not that it has mobile phone graphics, not that it has gameplay similar to a mobile phone game, but because of the strategy mechanics of this game, where you gotta do like a task. Well, if you complete the task underneath a time limit, then you get 3 stars. If you complete the task above the time limit, then it's like 2-star rating. And then if you complete the task above the time limit and you didn't give them all the food, I mean, if you didn't get all the sheep, then it's like a 1-star rating or something like that. So yeah, Looney Tunes Sheep Radar for the PS1 is not the easiest game to play in your entire life. You might actually need a walkthrough to play this game a lot, because they don't really tell you what to do. So they give you like a box of like board seed. They give you a box of seeds. They give you like a sheep disguise. They give you like a bush. They give you like rocket shoes and all that stuff, and you just gotta figure out which ones of these can you use to help you get the sheep to the goal. Because what you gotta do is steal sheep without the sheep hoarder, Sam the Sheepdog. You gotta get all the sheep from Sam the Sheepdog from point A to point B to your goal. And yeah, it's a very hard, very strategic game, strategy-based game, and it's fun. It's like a 7 out of 10 game, but it's not for everyone. Like, if you don't like hard games, don't get this game. This game's very challenging, very puzzle-based game. But if you love puzzles, if you like to figure out yourself, then it's very fun. But for the most part, like, at least like 7 of these puzzles, you definitely need a walkthrough in order to figure out what to do. Because if you don't have a walkthrough, you're going to be stumped, and you won't be able to play the game. But yeah, 7 out of 10, do recommend. Not the easiest game to play, but good game, nonetheless.